Okay, update. Maybe like total of 3 hours of work today, max. I would say more like 2.5 of actual real work. I took up the carpet, and then I went around all the sides, took out the tack strips, so the carpet, the underpad, and then the tack strips there, and also like any of the staples and stuff, almost everyone. There might be a couple few left, but you can already hear the difference in here. It's very echoey, but I like it. It's not terrible. There's a couple little bad spots. I don't understand what the hell happened here, but I think honestly, if you actually look, so here's the door obviously, and if you look, it's like, it's very different in the light, but the trafficked areas seem like that's where they got really kind of messed up. So like there'd be a bed here. It seems like that was kind of okay. And there's just a little bit of ish on the walkways there. Not too concerned about it. There will be a rug, and we're gonna somehow highly rejuvenate this floor. Try to get it looking good, and then we're gonna obviously throw the paint on everything. But I'm excited about this because regardless, the carpet needed to come up because we're either keeping this and making it look much better, or we're gonna throw a nice underpad on here, some mass-loaded vinyl as an underpad, and then some vinyl plank. I don't know yet. We don't really want to go that route if this is salvageable, all of this. But to me, it doesn't look like there's anything terrible. It just looks like there's a couple shitty spots. I don't know, but that's the update. So let's keep going.
So it is September 14th, 2021 in the morning. I slept here last night for the first time because I was working until like 2 a.m. on ripping up the carpet and everything like that. Yesterday was the day that I filmed kind of like the, just the tour, because we've been putting in some work. We haven't closed just yet as of right now, this moment. But again, we have the opportunity to get in here and work. So we're going to take advantage of that. Now, I just want to do a quick little update because I've been doing a lot of different things here, ripping up more carpet and stuff. So I just want to get some clips and kind of show that. So I'm going to flip the camera around and I'll talk to you a little bit about what we've done so far. Okay, so we're in the back of the first floor, and we have our bathroom here from the tour there. This is our pantry door. And what I did last night at like 1 a.m., somewhere around there, I ripped up just this little piece of carpet here. So it was kind of attaching the kitchen to the living room. Ripped that up, took all the, and it's a process, I should probably document that, but obviously you rip up carpet, and then I can kind of show you right here. So you rip up the carpet, and then you have the underpad there. Carpet's pretty easy to maneuver. You can just, rip it up with a knife. I'll get a clip in here somewhere. And then you have your underpad, and the underpad is stapled. So it's kind of like a multi-step process. I like to get the carpet out of the way, then I'll pull up the underpad and I'll roll them so they're easy to throw out in the trash. And then I come back and I rip up the tack strips, and I just kind of pry those up. They have nails in them, which is a pain to get these out a little bit. But then at that point, once you have the tack strips and all this stuff, the actual material gone, then you pretty much just have to go through and get any excess nails that are still in there that broke through the tack strips, and then go with pliers and get every single one of these little staples out that had the around the perimeter that held down the underpad. And then I just do a quick sweep, and then you have something like this here. So obviously the floor, we're gonna need to do some cleaning and see if we need to put vinyl down over this. But I'm excited because this does look, it's definitely gonna be a lot better, just less dust and cleaner with no carpet. But we're working on it. It's going well. Like I said, I really do like the at least half finished, situation that we have going on here when it's just down to the hardwood. Regardless if it's dirty or not, I'm happy with the way that we're going. So then we come into the living room. This is where a lot of my time has been spent this morning. No lights in the ceiling, so I have the lights there. We have to install those at some point. But anyway, if you looked at and you saw the tour, I showed that all of this carpet right here was over on that wall, and it wasn't taped or anything. And today's trash day, which is the main reason why I want to do a lot of work here and get everything out to the curb. But there was a piece of carpet here, like still one more piece of carpet, like a third of this room. So far this morning, I moved all of this carpet over. I, taped it up and everything like that. And then I took that piece out, and I'm pretty much done with that. I did that whole multi-step process I explained to you. And yeah, so we have all of this ready to go out. The living room is completely devoid of carpet. The only pieces of carpet left in the upstairs that we need to deal with are the rest of that hallway and then Amanda's room, Amanda's old room. But I'm excited. As far as like just a little bit of a, my thoughts on this. Again, some pieces of this hardwood are kind of a little yucky. I would assume this type of stuff came from, I'm not an expert, but there's this air conditioner thing right above this, so maybe that was like slight water damage at one point. And then this stuff over here. So I'm in the middle. Now that I'm thinking about this, it doesn't really seem, I'm not an expert, so I don't know if that's really that big of a deal. Nothing's like wet, obviously. It was a long time ago if anything happened to this. It's been carpeted for quite some time. House was built in 1962, so it's not, brand new by any means. But I'm excited, and I think that we can do some cool stuff regardless of if we keep the hardwood or we put the vinyl down. So that's kind of the update there. Yeah, I'll check back in when we have all this gone and we've done more stuff here. So I'm gonna wait to take out all that trash right now, and what I'm gonna do is I have a little bit more carpet to rip out here in this hallway. I just want to go over just how I'm doing it, and any of you general contractors in the comments can give me shit on my technique here, but I've done it for 2 rooms, so we're just gonna keep going here. But I wanted to show it a little bit because I want to explain the little steps. So I'm gonna flip the camera around, I'll show you kind of what I'm gonna do, and then we'll film it. Okay, so this is our hallway here, maybe about 10 feet or so. And there is, on this edge, I'll tell you exactly what's going through my head. On this edge, we have it already cut up because we did this little piece already. If we walk down here on the right, we have this door here. So this is probably like nailed in. There's probably like a little strip or something right there that we'll have to deal with. So that'll be interesting to get around there just to kind of pull that out. Same type of thing here. There's a little transition, so we'll work around that. We'll pull that out of there. I'm probably just going to cut it right here because I'm not going to go all the way into Amanda's old room just yet. And then there'll probably be some tack strips, obviously around the whole perimeter. And then this left side is pretty much already kind of like ready to come up because I already did that room over there. So I'm going to set the camera up and I'll kind of talk to you about how I'm going through this and just show you the little process and what to expect if you're going to rip up carpet in your house. Okay, so you're going to need a utility knife for this. Because we have this door thing here, it's going to be a pain in the ass to kind of like rip this. So generally I like to cut it out and then swing the door open so I can just like deal with it. People, I've gotten comments that, oh, you cut on the top. Yeah, I do. Unless I can flip the carpet over, it's easier to, cut over here, but I'm not going to do that right now because this is fine. This is totally fine. Just going to get this little piece. It's dusty. Okay, great. Done. Now, I can swing this door open. Awesome. And hopefully you can see that. There we go. So now what we have in here, this is a little interesting method. It looks like they just curve the carpet underneath. I don't know, I'm not, a carpet layer, but I just rip it out. I'm more of a demo guy, and that kind of hurts, so make sure you have some gloves on, because I'm a little baby. I like to not hurt my hands. There we go, perfect. So the carpet's released, let's cut it and roll it. So because we pretty much lifted it up everywhere else around the perimeter, we can just make this one cut here at the doorway of this room, and then I'll probably just pull it out and I'll just show you how I roll it up. go. I brought the piece of carpet out here in the living room just because there's more room to roll it up. Most of the time, I would just try to cut it if it was in a bigger space and then just roll it there. I like to put the carpet part down and then roll it. So then, like, you can see the finished one here. It's on the outside, right? So we're just gonna roll it and we're gonna tape it, nothing crazy. One thing that I would like to mention though, as just like something that I learned as a new homeowner, close to new homeowner, I guess, is that depending on how you're gonna throw this shit away, you might wanna make sure that it's not huge. I think maybe like 4 feet long, probably no longer than 4 feet wide, like in your roll, and then make sure it's not too heavy or too thick, because the garbage men probably will not like you, and there might be like ordinances about that. So let's do this. But quick little method here, I like with the tape and the roll. So just try to tuck it tight, roll it, and then I like to grab this piece. This one's quite dirty. I like to grab this piece, and you can see here, I put it with the flap like coming towards me. This worked well. These 20 other rolls that I did, I put the tape on that flap and I pull, and then I just kind of twist. This isn't rocket science, but a good method or process will probably save you a lot of time. Okay, so now that we have the carpet, removed, rolled up and everything like that, got to tackle the underpad. The biggest thing that I can tell you about the underpad is that it's just normally down with staples. And generally around the perimeter, maybe there'll be like a couple pieces, like, I've found like in a bigger area, maybe we'll have staples in the middle as well, just to keep it down. Just go around and literally just lift those up. And I'll tell you, it's easier if you can avoid ripping up, like leaving big pieces like this. Just gonna make your cleanup a little easier. But we're gonna have to go around and get those staples anyway. So just kind of go around the edges, pull up the underpad from the staples, and then we'll pull it out and we'll roll it and do everything the exact same. From my experience, my limited experience, the underpad is probably dusty as hell, so just be careful. It's probably more dusty than the carpet actually is. So, just cut it up, make a slice, roll it up, tape it. I'm not even going to show that because it's the same exact thing, but I really want to show you the tack strips and the staples and stuff. So now that we have the carpet and the underpad both ripped up, all we have left to do is the tack strips and the staples that we're holding in, the carpet and that underpad. This can be quite annoying, but I actually couple things I want to mention here. First thing, I guess you need, I like to have a hammer just to get any of the nails out afterwards. This little guy right here has been extremely handy. It's just like a little pry bar thing. I'll show you how we use that in a second. And then just a pair of like little needle nose pliers to pull out the staples. The thing I want to say about this is I was looking for an easier way to do this. I did find a couple YouTube videos. Somebody said just get a shovel. Just get a shovel and like ram a shovel underneath there, like a spade, and lift up. I tried doing that. Be careful if you're going to try that method. It's easier maybe on your back because you don't have to get onto the floor, but it could mess up your flooring a little bit. Like whatever's there, the hardwood, if you're doing it on that. If it's a subfloor, I guess it doesn't really matter, but it's an option. But just bear that in mind. The only other thing I would say is if you're gonna get on the floor, maybe just give it a quick like sweep, or like at least a look, like a once over, because these staples I've found, at least in this floor, could kind of be anywhere, and you don't want to get pricked, and you just don't want to stay relatively clean, I guess. I don't know. But let's just quickly show you how I've been pulling these up. Maybe it'll work for you, maybe it'll help. And then this is just kind of tedious. The tack strips here themselves are going to vary in length depending on how they're cut and everything. They can be probably up to like 4 feet or whatever, but most of these ones are kind of shorter just because they're cut down a little bit. All I really try to do is start at an end, really get this pry bar underneath here, and then I don't really care too much about like the floor, like doing something like this and just like you know, if this other end hits the floor, I'm not like crazy worried about it. It's not really making any marks. But just getting it in there, just trying to, you know, pry it up a little bit, and then just kind of work your way down. You know, nothing crazy. You're not going to use any of this if you're not. Don't take this out if you're going to put more carpet in, but I'm assuming that you're going to put in like vinyl, or just leave this hardwood, or this, that, or the other thing. Some sort of hardwood, or some sort of hard floor. But yeah, so you just kind of work your way down until you get it. I try to go near the, there's nails holding these in. So there's nails on the top here. That's probably a good thing to quickly mention. There's nails on the top here. I'm not sure if you can see that. I'll try to zoom in a little bit there. Nails on the top to hold the carpeting in, see, like right here. And then nails like going through the thing to hold the strip into the floor, right? And that's what we're trying to get out, all of that. So you keep going here, just get this one. Maybe sometimes you'll need to use a hammer, kind of get it under there. And there we go. So now what we have is, if I can get this strip out of here. There we go. So now you have this guy, trash. So yeah. So the next thing that I would say to do is, I normally do all the tack strips, but I'm just gonna use this as an example here. What we have now, let me move this guy over here a little bit so we can see. What we have now is we're gonna have a couple things. So we still have the staples. We still have the staples in the ground that we're holding in the underpad, and they'll normally have like, you know, a little bit of underpad still remaining on there. So you can just pull those out. Like, just grab pliers. Try not to break them, because they're annoying to get out if you break them, because then they're not, it's just as easy to pull. But staples are pretty easy. Again, just time intensive, because you got to go around and do every one. Last piece is look around the edges where you took these tack strips out, and make sure you get any of the nails that didn't come up with the tack strip. So you could use that. Like, use a hammer. Boom. Done. And then as far as like cleanup and everything, I just try to push everything like in a pile, and then I'll sweep it, and then I'll collect it all up. It's just, as far as the workflow, that's how you do the things. But as far as the workflow, like to do the tack strips, get all the tack strips up, and then pull out all the nails, and then pull out all the staples, and just sweep everything up, pick it up, and then we're done. So I will update you on the next one, but that's how we are ripping up the carpet.
Hi, baby, do you wanna be mine?
Okay, September 14th, sometime in the afternoon, like 3 p.m. Been working all day. Just want to give a final update, because I'm probably going to be heading out here pretty soon. We'll spin this guy around. Just do a brief walkthrough of the first floor here. So we're at the door again. Pretty much just mainly the upstairs stuff. There was a lot of trash here and such before. We've gotten it down. Not sure what we're gonna do with that guy just yet, but we will figure that out. Okay, but this is our main floor again, our living room, and we have the old futon moved over here. We'll have that for a period of time with our piece of furniture there. But the big thing is that, I think in the last update I had a bunch of carpet here. It's gone. It's outside on the curb, so that's great. Over here though, we ripped up the rest of the carpet. So now our full living room here is hardwood, and it's a little rough. There's not even like scratches. It's just like kind of some markings here and there and things like that from, I guess, underpads and other carpeting that has been on here. So we'll deal with that. Might end up putting luxury vinyl plank down. That was the original plan, so it's not going to be terrible if we need to do that. But I just threw the thing over there just for an idea of scaling too, the futon, because we're probably going to have a little love seat over there, and then a kind of like a sectional thing over on this side or something. I don't know. I need to do more measuring now and actually figure that out when we get closer to that step. We're not going to really use that TV. We'll have one on the wall there, but again, just for staging purposes. But I'm happy with where we're at. I'm so happy that all the carpet is out. It looks great. I'm excited about it. So yeah, so that's the living room. As far as other little things, just random things I want to put in this video, because this is important and funny to me. So we're not going to have cable. This house has coax running through it, Comcast, Verizon, probably you could have either here in Pittsburgh, but we're not going to have this. Like, I'm not going to have a use for this. So I don't actually know what I'm going to do. I might pull all of this cabling out of these walls because we're not going to have a home phone. We're not going to have cable. We are just going to have, again, using this TV as an example, we'll have a power cable coming out of it and an Ethernet cable. I'm going to run Ethernet from wherever we do the router and such because, we have a TV there and we're just going to have streaming services. We're going to have whatever, you can watch YouTube, Netflix, whatever, but we're not going to have cable is my point. So I don't know if it's a good or bad idea to pull that out of the wall for future ownership or renting. I might just leave them in the wall but not expose them, just like put them down in that hole or something. I don't know, because there's one there, there's one over here in this living room, and then this, just another, while we're in here, I believe this was there's a little thing here I took off. It was for like a phone jack. So we're definitely not having a home phone, so that's gonna get snipped or something, but I'm not an electrician. That's kind of where my my talents stop there, so we didn't touch that yet. But yeah, we got a couple outlets and such to change and things, but we're looking good in here. So let's continue. So over here, last night I did this little section here, and then today I also finished in the hallway here. Again, some stuff on the ground. It actually, I don't know if it looks better or worse in the video, but it's not terrible. It's like this stuff here. I don't know what that's from, but it's not, I would say it's livable. I gotta make sure that all like the problem with this method is my only concern is like things in the floor that I missed, like staples and such, or like real, like not actually a full staple, but something that's ripped off. Maybe just like a half staple or something. So the more and more I think about it, it's definitely going to need refinished or, vinyl plank. So we'll keep you updated on that though. This is the update of where we're currently at, but this is really looking good. It's amazing. It's amazing when you go from, you have carpet and then you rip the carpet up and it looks real shitty because it has tack strips and everything. But once you rip the tack strips up and you go around, like this looks remarkable. I mean, it doesn't look like brand new hardwood, but it looks fantastic because I just like the look of hard floor rather than carpet. So, but I'm excited about that. Didn't really do too much in the bedroom here. Took this mirror off the wall actually in the kitchen, and I just sat it here because as a brief kind of layout of what we kind of want this room to be. I'm standing at the door here, and we'll have our bed right in the middle, off headboard at that wall, 2 nightstands or whatever, and then a mirror like this, something like this, maybe even that one, I don't know, just sitting there, and then a dresser or 2 or whatever here, but like a full body mirror that is in your bedroom, which this closet over here might end up being fully Amanda's, so she'll use the mirror probably more than I will, but I think it's a nice placement. So I just put it there for funsies right now. Didn't do too much else in here. I mean, we're obviously gonna have to paint every single wall and ceiling, so these, started taking some of the hardware off, some of the, any picture nails and such and stuff like that. But yeah, it's pretty much all I did. So we're having fun, moving forward. Look forward to more updates. Thank you for watching.